All right, what's going on, everyone? This is your boy Ash the Man, and I got here with me.
JJ Starwin, also known on the tube as JJ Wilson.
We here with that internal podcast, episode 15, and guess what? January 1st, New Year's Day. We finally here. Space shuttle arrived. We here at 2021, and time to get it cracking.
Woo! Oh man, that year couldn't end quick enough, man.
Bro,
But
tell.
I got a little something to talk about. Did you already get your $600?
Oh man, look, it came. It's here. I don't know. But yeah, I
Yeah,
got my
I happened to see it in my account today, although it's not official until Monday. I saw, I was like, dang, that was quick.
yeah.
That was fast. Like,
Well,
okay.
well, they said it a few months back that they were gonna have it set up to where like once it gets approved, they'll be able to issue it out faster. And I guess that's the results of it.
Hmm. I mean, still $600 is awfully like low compared to the last one. But, I mean, not that I was begging for it. I don't think a lot of people were. But
Yeah,
um, yeah, I got it.
yeah. It's like 600 and then 600 for dependents. So, oh yeah.
Oh wow, even they
uh,
got curved.
yeah. So here we got Azrael as usual, first here always. We got J Chip, what's going on? Jonah, what's up?
How's it going, fellas? Happy New Year, belated. Hope everything's okay.
Hope everybody's doing all right.
Yep.
What's going on, Wild Man? Nice to see you here too, bruh.
Wild man's in the building. Okay.
Yeah. Is it gonna be a wild day? I don't know. Let's just see.
Yeah. I almost finished with this image. I just had to take a little something out of the Outlaw Story episode.
Right.
I almost finished me in my prison suit. Being in the prison suit.
Oh man. But so yeah, so right after the stream, I ain't gonna say right after, but later on, because I did promise a couple of my buddies I jump in this Destiny 2 raid. I'm gonna be streaming some more V3. I was supposed to yesterday, but man, I got a little bit, worked. Had a I got off work, ended up like making a trip for my mom's like a couple of cities over, came back, had to do some stuff around the house, so I got swamped. So yeah.
Oh, you still watching playthroughs on Valhalla? Was it mine or somebody else's? Azrael. I'm looking at one comment.
Junk, the spotlight is on you, Azra.
Yeah, he's been giving me tips sometimes. I'll be playing. I'm like, how do you know this? Did you play this game already? Nah, you know.
Well, that's actually kind of cool though. He still got time to check out other content and stuff. So that's love.
Yeah, I just finished.
I've been on the PC side. I've been playing Remember Me.
Oh, cool. Wow.
All right, there we go.
Oh, Scirocco. Okay, yeah. He does playthroughs all the time. Scirocco. For those that don't know, that's a gamer channel. Very popular.
Okay. All right, let me set the cover image real quick.
All right, what's happening, VGL? Happy New Year to you again.
Happy New Year's and good on your first playthrough. On your
Yes,
first completion. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I completed a lot of big titles last year. I don't think it was like as many as it should have been, but this year's gonna be different. I need to clear out some of this backlog that I got. Oh man.
Oh, yeah, MK Fire and Ice. Yeah, that's enough. Well, that's more like fighting based games, but I guess they do like non-fighting games too. Cause I'll watch them whenever they do like Mortal Kombat content.
Mm.
At least I did in the past.
All right. Whew, man. Man, the Facebook status just has been crazy about the New Year. Some people calling it December 32nd, 2020.
Yeah, because they feel like it's not over yet. They feel like this is going to be an extension of 2020. Which I wouldn't be completely wrong about that. Given the way things are going, the way things are going, man, it's still uncertain right now. But yeah, we're here, 2021. Gotta see it through.
Yeah, I just say we make it for what we can. Screw it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
J-Chip got a question.
Danganronpa V3 is good, J-Chip. I end up getting past the first killing. Sadly enough, and it was Kaede. Such a sweet girl, but it just had to be done. Kills, thrills in Monokuma's voice.
Yeah, she got squashed, I guess. That was didn't expect that, I'm thinking it was one of them dudes, but yeah, it's like she was so petrified of the outcomes of this game, so you had to take one out just out of desperation, I suppose. Man.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
I mean, I will say this: like her intentions was good. It's just that like I felt like she kind of just like rushed or whatever instead of actually letting it be, letting them go through it as they should. Because the thing is, he wanted to have the spare, and I don't think Monokuma would have killed all of them because they wasn't killing.
Oh, speaking of Vinland Saga, I did finally read that comic, that little Japanese comic, and yeah, you were right, man. Freaking Thorfinn got his butt kicked again. Man, I'm like, I saw that. Okay, yep. There's no way you're gonna mess with Eivor, dude. Come on.
That's interesting, man. I actually started to read Vinland Saga, and yo,
Oh, that's crazy, huh?
Yo, it gets crazy.
Oh, snap. Oh, what's happening, Sigma Jones? Thanks for coming in.
Hey, man, thank you for the salute, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I saw it. I'll probably see you another one soon. So yeah, just stay on your P's and Q's, Sigma. I did get it. But thank you. J Chip said, I've beaten the entire trilogy, and V3 is my favorite. Oh. Talk about Danganronpa. But yeah, with Vinland Saga, man, when we was playing the second and last playthrough, I think it was part 14 for Assassin's Creed, one of the main Templars is actually the son of Kjotve the Cruel. He was one of the first guys who got killed. And turns out his son fled from Norway to Vinland. So at some point in the game, Eivor has to go to Vinland and kill that guy. His name is Gorm.
Interesting.
I was like, oh snap! So Vinland is in the game.
It would be crazy to actually do like a whole like DLC evolving around Vinland Saga. That would be great.
Yeah, my only issue is like because I think Thorfinn was born in the 11th century, and Eivor is from the 9th century. So there's like a 100, 200 year gap between them. So I don't know how that's going to work out. Like they gotta, I don't know, they have to revise like Thorfinn's like timelines. Like, hey, he was actually born here instead of like it's the 11th century. He's born in the 9th century, and then somehow he encounters Eivor. It'd be funny too. He's trying to fight Eivor.
Or they could just have it to where you could just play as Thorfinn like the first like season. That would actually be pretty dope.
Yeah, that would be crazy if they talk to the writer of Vinland Saga and have him like give his opinions on what they should do, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, and okay, so let me see. So J Chip, you said that V3 is your favorite. I get that from a few people. I mean, honestly, I've seen bits and parts of V3. I'm gonna still go with the second one, Despair Island. But V3 is living up to my expectations though. I have no problems with it. Love it. Let me see. The one girl looked like my ex-girlfriend. PTSD, man. That's not man, I hope I didn't break you that night because you was like, oh, that chick right there. And I was like, oh no, that's a guy. You was like, oh no. Oh man, it's cool though. It's cool, you know.
Oh, Azrael said they're complaining about whether Eivor is a girl or a boy. It's supposed to be either or. Like it's just like with Odyssey. You can pick either the girl version or the boy version of the character. Now with Odyssey, like they had different names anyway because they were siblings. And whatever gender you picked, the other gender was gonna be the antagonist.
Yeah.
But in this game, like it doesn't really matter who you choose.
I think the creators they came out and said I think the girl was actually the proper gender for the story.
Yeah. Because I read their wiki and yeah, they kept saying she. So Eivor it technically is a woman because I know in certain parts of the game like they were trying to get me to hit on the male characters. So yeah, realistically she's supposed to be a girl. You know, I picked the dude version.
Oh, they wild, man. Well,
yeah.
Well, we hit that marker. Let's reintroduce it. My name is Ashton Mann.
And I'm JJ Wilson.
And we are here with episode 15. With the little through the briefing, let everybody get settled in. But let's hit you with this New Year's edition of this podcast. So let's go down the list of what we have for you guys. And I think the first topic was brought to you by your boys JJ, and this is dealing with Nioh 2. And for what it's saying on Screen Rant is that Nioh 2 is the last game in the series, says developers.
Yeah, I actually read another article after this. This one, this is from Screen Rant, but there was another one that I read that the reason why they're gonna go ahead and not make another Nioh is because they're gonna start on new projects. So they got some more games on the way, guys. So for now, the Nioh saga is pretty much put on hold. But unfortunately for us, there will be new content coming from Koei Tecmo, and Team Ninja. So yeah, I guess be on the lookout for the games like maybe later this year or the year after, like 2022. Yeah, so the guy pretty much said, the director, what's his name? Let me check here. Yeah, Fumihiko Yasuda. He pretty much said that he's satisfied with the way the Nioh series is going, and you know, for now he doesn't really foresee like a future Nioh game at this time. So it just right now, Team Ninja is just gonna focus on newer content. I get the feeling they're probably gonna make a new Dead or Alive game, perhaps, because I know they did 6, and they're probably. I bet you that's one of their projects, and who knows what the other ones are. So, yeah, for now, Nioh is ended, but it might come back. We don't know.
I hope it do because, man, I just feel like their expectations of what they really wanted, like the game to really perform, like that. I guess it really did get overshadowed by a few titles, some of which it shouldn't got overshadowed by. To me, I think Nioh 2 was definitely one of the best games that I didn't played in 2020.
Oh yeah, but no doubt for me, I was anticipating. As soon as I heard that announcement, man, back in 2019, I could have did backflips in my room. I was so happy.
Man, I like, and the bad part about it is like for me, I just beat Nioh 1 probably like a month before Nioh 2 came out, and then I went straight into Nioh 2 because like I pushed it off for so long, and it was like, you know what, it's about time. Like let me get the dust off and get in here and start, you know, doing what I do best.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So yeah, There's one more DLC that's coming out, so it's not quite over. I think by the time February rolls around, I think that's when we'll hear an announcement about it. So there is one more DLC content coming from Neo 2. So yeah, be on the lookout for that as the Neo collection, which is both games. Neo 1 and Neo 2 come for the PS5. So guys, yeah, if you have a PS5 or you plan to get one, please add the Neo collection into your arsenal. You will have a lot of game to play with both games. Trust me.
There you go. There you go.
What's good, G-Man?
What's going on, G-Man? Definitely appreciate you stopping by.
Oh, wow, man. Said they're making a new Evangelion movie.
Ooh.
Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear nothing about that. I'm going to have to look into that.
I'm going to have to search that.
All right. Well, give me just here. I just set something off. And let me go here. Let me hit one of my topics while you're doing the search for it, just so that you can take a look into that. I'm curious. So,
yeah.
All right. So, something amazing happened, and I really enjoy like looking at this. So, Demon Slayer film has overtake Spirit Away as the #1 film ever in Japan. That is big. Like Mugen Train must be one hell of a film because Spirit Away was really good. Anybody who has watched Spirit Away has nothing but great things to say about it. And for Demon Slayer Mugen Train movie, I mean, the series has already ended. There's a possibility that they might do a sequel to Demon Slayer just because of the way that it ended. But man, it did that good. Like for real, like the anime film has sold over 24 million tickets. So that earns them around 32 billion yen. So to estimate that around US dollars, that's 314, and that was of last Sunday. That's great. Like
that's
incredible, y'all. Like just to know that even though the things that's been going on in recent years, and we haven't like 2020 was bad. 2020 was bad. But one of the things we can say is that anime has, at first it started off kind of shaky because we didn't really have too many strong titles to go off of. But as of now, man, 2020, we got great anime. So this right here shows you that we got something in this darkest time,
Oh, yeah, of course. Anime has been one of the bright spots this year. Just to kind of save us from the boredom and the misery that's happening outside our doors and stuff, man.
Right.
Yeah, Demon Slayer like kick butt like this is just something amazing. And this anime is just recently coming out. So yeah, eventually I'm gonna have to start watching this at least the season part of Demon Slayer just to see what the hype is about, man. Because I tell you, this movie is not the movie, but the series is a chick magnet. Like a lot of girls are watching Demon Slayer. It's crazy.
So look, anybody that's telling you that a woman is not into anime, remember me and I think like a one or two episodes ago of the Internal Vintage podcast, we talked about the statistics about how people know about this, and those numbers was not lying. People know about this. Heck, I work at Amazon. I goes to Amazon. People who see me because I have my a My Hero hoodie that my wife bought for me. And when they seen it, they was like, "Hey, you watch anime, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do. I dip around a little bit, trying to make it sound cool." And she was like, "Oh man, like I see my cousin watch Demon Slayer, and I was hooked. And this particular girl don't even look like she watched it, man." I'm like, "It's hope. It's hope for guys. Like y'all got hope, man. Don't shy away from it. You can get in where you fit in. Now it's everywhere. Enjoy."
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I did not know the show was jumping like that. Now I'm gonna have to check it out. Like, okay, these girls are going goo goo gaga over, man.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you right now, my favorite character is Tanjiro's sister, Nezuko, bro. Like the shit she did in the manga was freaking awesome. And I'm gonna start buying the manga volumes either later this month or starting next month. I want to get the collection for Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man. I know for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out soon enough, wild man, what makes the ladies go nutso for Demon Slayer.
Look, it's a reason, bro. Like that shit is amazing. That shit is
Okay,
amazing.
so about this Evangelion movie, I did see there's an article from, if you guys want to look it up, japanforward.com. Okay, so the story looks like the title of this film is called Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 Thrice Upon a Time. And it's supposed to come out sometime in 2021. Looks like it says January. It's coming out pretty soon then. Yeah, it's Japan. Okay, it says it's going to be in Japan for right now. So it's not going to be like worldwide. Let's see. Looking at the story. I said EVA is familiar to many Japanese, even though too young to have seen the original television series, because they have seen at least one of the main related projects, such as games, animation, Shinkansen, radio. All these keep older fans in touch, but also provide young people an entry to the world of Evangelion. Let's see. Looks like they got paraphernalia. Reading down some more. They said the project was created as a fashion brand. They're talking about this clothing line that they did for Evangelion. Yeah, Nerve. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Generation of fans. I'll link it to you on the Discord.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna go on Wikipedia and find out when the date's coming out for this new movie. Evangelion. Thrice Upon a Time. Okay, yeah, it's coming out January 23rd, 2021 in Japan only. So you unless you go there, you won't be able to see this movie right now.
Yeah.
But, it is coming. You know, it was supposed to come out last year. It says now, but because of the pandemic, it got delayed 6 months. Now it's coming out January 23rd.
And then also remember this too. Like if you like, I mean, I don't want to encourage to download this movie and in unique ways. But if you do find you a file, just think about your boy. Like think about your boy. Like I always try my hardest. Like I almost got a copy of Mugen Train. And then you know what? YouTube was good for it. They chopped it right up at the last second. Dumb motherfuckers. But I'm being a patient man. So yeah, that's interesting, dog. I can't wait. And J Chip was saying, did y'all like Promise Neverland? And yeah, Promise Neverland was good. I really enjoyed the manga. Just like it gave me one of the best endings, though. One of the best endings that I have seen. A lot of people apparently thought the ending was rushed, but I didn't think so. I thought it was pretty damn good. It was a touching ending, so that's me.
Yeah, I haven't watched the anime Promise Neverland, but if given time, I would definitely check it out. But I think once I get through watching Cavalry of the Iron Fortress, the movie, because I just saw episode 1 last night, and it got pretty interesting. But I'm not done yet. I got 2 more episodes, and then I'm gonna see what this Demon Slayer is about while we're on break from Jujutsu Kaisen, and also Fire Force is over, and as well as Golden Kamuy and even the Akudama Drive. So it's like a bunch of animes is over right now. We got this 2-week reprieve before Jujutsu Kaisen gets back on its second half of season 1. So that'll give me some time to check out these animes.
Right. I gotta check out Noblesse so I can do a video on that, because so far I think Noblesse will probably be like maybe the best title that we get from Crunchyroll originals, to be honest with you. I don't think it really did anything wrong, besides like having a confusing startup and a slow pacing. But other than that, I think it was pretty good. So yeah, if it was a good wrap up, Azure, I'm gonna definitely be checking it out, and you're gonna definitely be expecting that video from me. So yeah, this is some interesting things though. That was out the blue. I didn't expect that.
Right. Yeah, I didn't hear nothing about this until now. Thanks, Wild Man, for telling us.
Right. JJ, bless us with this other article about this chick named Gail. I think that's right, Gail, guy, or something.
Gal Gadot. I think you guys should know who this is. Gal Gadot. That is the actress who plays Wonder Woman. And something interesting happened this week. Apparently, she got casted for the new Cleopatra movie. For those that are not aware of Cleopatra, she's a famous Egyptian queen. Well, she married Caesar, Julius Caesar, if I'm not mistaken, for that Roman/Egyptian alliance. So yeah, apparently a lot of people didn't like that, and so she got all these scathing and even racist attacks against her because she's a Jew and all that stuff. So let me look down. This is from Bounding into Comics. It says Wonder Woman actress Gal Gadot recently responded to the racist attack she received following her announcement she will play Cleopatra in an upcoming film from director Patty Jenkins. Let's see. Back in October, it was announced that she would be playing the role of Cleopatra in a biographical drama written by Alita Battle Angel screenwriter. That's a good movie, by the way. Laeta Kalogridis, and directed by Patty Jenkins. And see, I see the tweet here. Let's see what she has to say. As you might have heard, I've teamed up with Patty Jenkins and LK Prodoris to bring the story of Cleopatra, Queen of Egypt, to the big screen in a way she's never been seen before, to tell the story for the first time through a woman's eyes, both behind and in front of the camera. Let's see. It talks about Cleopatra, like I said. Despite these historical facts, certain sections of the internet attack Gadot for taking the role due to her Israeli heritage. Yep, said that before. Let's see. As you can see, a number of people told Gadot to die and attacked her with various expletives. Gal Gadot is receiving harassment for being cast as Cleopatra. SJWs are calling her a dumb white bitch, a piece of and a Zionist. Woke culture being anti-Semitic by not knowing Cleopatra was Greek. Yeah, she has Greek ancestry. Loads of abuse and racism is being sent to Gal Gadot. Woke media calls it backlash, completely ignoring the vile harassment. Wow.
Man, so that right there shows just how far we have come as people, and that is terrible. Like, I mean, and then a lot of people really don't realize this. Oh, what's up, the man? Appreciate you stopping by. But a lot of people don't realize this. Like, when you go into Egypt history, Egypt was a very weird place. Like, and the way that they go about like how people are like standing out in a society is how lighter you was. Like, if let's just say if you was like dark as Wesley Snipes in Egypt, they consider you, the lowest of the low. But if you was like light skinned like Carmelo Anthony, you're gonna make it somewhere. You're gonna make it somewhere. So Egypt is a very weird place, but for people to do this and not really understand that it really doesn't matter, you know what? Kill yourself. Leave this lady alone. She gave Wonder Woman justice. She brought us like life to Wonder Woman. Like, for real. Like, I didn't like Wonder Woman until she started acting for her. So get out of here.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Wonder Woman movies, but I do remember Gal Gadot in the Fast and the Furious. She's one of those characters. I think she came out the same time as that Asian dude. I forget his name, and he ended up dying. And they were kind of like in a romantic relationship, so to speak. Like, there was romance for him until he got killed.
Facts.
But I remember her in those films, man. And yeah, she can definitely act. So I don't have anything personal against the lady, but it's kind of unfortunate that people, they want to see certain hues of historical figures in their movies, and it's like, well, not understanding that Egypt was also a diverse place. I mean, I'm kind of glad Ubisoft portrayed Assassin's Creed Origin in that manner to some extent, even though they did bring in light of what you explained earlier as colorism, and also with the foreigners like Romans coming in there, subjugating their lands and taking advantage of the people there. You know, I'm glad they shed light on that, because not everybody over there was like a racist POF, or
Right.
POS, you know what I'm saying? So, and even Bayek's, his wife, she wasn't even fully Egyptian anyway. She was half Greek. And yet she was the wife of Bayek, who was fully Egyptian. So, I mean, this whole notion that Egypt was like, had full of people black as tar, no, like they had various shades of colors back then, just even as they do today. Egypt today is a little bit more on the Caucasian side of things, but yeah, ancient Egypt was a place that very few people could imagine, in modern times.
Right.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, but if she ever did, like stop by and watch our podcast, girl, do your thing. Like your sexy self could fill any role, and I'll be there. Like you come over and Ashley man will treat you right. I'll treat you right. Screw these people on the internet.
Yeah, instead of her, they wanted somebody like, I don't know, Lupita Nyong'o or something. The fake Cleopatra.
I don't know what to expect from them. Like they want like people who probably doesn't even need to do the role. Technically, she's, to me, I feel like she just really getting her break, and this is something that could really take her to the next level. So let her do her, support her. Shit.
Right. Oh, Matt Kilmer said, "You've been having fun with that new Creed game." Yeah, trying to, man. I'm trying to get used to the controls there, because they changed it up, and the game to me is not as fluid as Origins or Odyssey, in my opinion, as far as fighting. But I'm trying to get used to it, man. But yeah, I'm making the most of it now. But yeah, I'm getting the hang of it.
Yeah, you know it.
What else we got?
Hood Wild Man said, "Get her a guest on the podcast." Man,
if we could, shoot, that'd be one of the biggest shows we ever had.
Man,
actress like that.
Well, man, you about to start having me jizzing over here, man. I will like.
Hey, control yourself.
I wouldn't, JJ. You'll probably sending a message in the Discord like, Ash jizzing over here, y'all. Get him out of here.
Oh, dude.
I need a temporary partner for the night. He's out of here.
That'd be something, man. If we got somebody as high profile as her on here.
Yeah, that would be great for both of us. That would be love. But man, unfortunately, everybody can't be superstars, but they don't need to treat her like that though. She's just trying to make it. Let her make it. No, if she did the role bad, I don't mean like crucify her.
Yeah, if she did like a halfway job playing Cleopatra, saying cheesy lines and kind of putting the lady in a bad light. Well, not that Cleopatra was like a totally nice queen or everything. I mean, even in Assassin's Creed, they kind of portrayed her as a bit of a slut kind of queen. But hey, that's to their interpretation. But yeah, let her do her role.
Yeah,
let her play Cleopatra as best possible.
Man, let her be. Like, for real, like, let her do Cleopatra and do that seductive, talking that they did in, in Assassin's Creed Origins. Man, jizz. But let's go ahead and go to the next one. So, now we got this one article. Well, JJ provided an article for Ohio lawmakers claim Kent State use of anime history. JJ, want to shine some light on that?
Yeah, I found this, just by chance, guys. So we got these lawmakers from Ohio State, from the state of Ohio, and they want to rescind funding to Kent State University because they have an anime course, I think. And apparently there's a book written by this lady named Susan Napier, excuse me. Susan Napier. And let me give you the title of this book. Okay, the title of the book is called Anime from Akira to Princess Mononoke. Okay, and it's more to the title, Experiencing Contemporary Japanese Animation. So it's basically a scholarly book, and it's basically like a criticism of various themes and ideas in various anime titles. And she categorizes this anime into three types: apocalyptic, festival, and elegiac, I think. Elegiac. And she it kind of goes from like comedy to action, even into hentai or pornography. And this is what the pornography part got very controversial, obviously, because there was a student and they had a press conference with a female professor at Kent State, and they were going back and forth in their messages. And I think the student said something like, "There's certain themes in here that goes against my morals. I don't know if I should take this." And then the professor replies, "Well, what about the text goes against your morals? It sounds as if you're greatly misunderstood about the text, like you don't really understand what you're reading, that kind of thing." So then this student told the parents about the book from Susan Napier, and man, they got mad, they got upset.
Man,
So it got to the point where they started calling these lawyers up, from I guess the Ohio government, and now they're threatening to cut the funding of Kent State, all because of a book that just details anime and all of its themes. The shit is ridiculous. I mean, let's see. I'm going down. It's a long article because it kind of talks about what the attorney said about this. And, there's no way Kent State should be continuing to have this course, and they want to rescind taxpayer money if they keep the course up. Like, man, they're threatening to like shut that place down or something. Man, it's wild.
man, it's terrible. Like, I mean, people are willing to put a book down, but people could go on Twitter and say whatever and not have no consequences for the things they say. That just kills me. I don't know.
Yeah, here's something that the author of this book said in an interview from Otaku USA. So she goes on to say some of the stuff is unpleasant. It does show violence against women. And she elaborates, I thought it was actually important to bring up pornography because it was reasonably widely available and I knew people in the West were looking at it. So I thought some people should explore it. I thought if you wanted to understand anime as a total part of Japanese culture, you have to be aware of these things. She also says you don't have to watch it, and I never suggest you do. And she says nowadays we're very concerned about what we say, in which in many ways it's a good thing. We do need to be careful not to engage in hurtful or hateful speech. But I think there's this tendency nowadays where you have to not deal with controversial subjects. And I think that some pornographic anime is disturbing, but I think precisely because it's disturbing, it ought to be dealt with. We do have to engage the things that are ugly or distasteful in a rational, objective fashion. I think if we ignore things, if we try to put a fence around certain subjects, all that does is hide them. I think this kind of issue of finding controversial things you don't want to read and judging an entire book by it is also disturbing. And she goes on to say, just as you said, most of the book is about a variety of Japanese animation. So it was shocking to me that they would want to hide the book or ban it and use terms like pornographic about the book. The idea of feeling that if you don't like a subject, you ignore it or you suppress anything controversial is not a very sensible way to approach a subject. It can come back and flower even more because it's seen as forbidden. Yep, she's right there.
Yeah. I mean, because just because somebody is pretty much providing information that can be useful for people, it's not making that they're adding to the problem. They're trying to make people aware of it. It's like the same thing if somebody was to come out with like a murder book talking about different type of serial killers. We're not telling people to become serial killers. We're making them aware so that they can watch their surroundings. Isn't the same difference?
You can either look into it, be a fan of it, or you can hate it and move on with your life. We're not telling you to do anything else. And if you're trying to ban stuff, I mean, don't be surprised if people discover these things in the future and be like, okay, why was this stuff hidden to us all this time when we know like this is just part of human nature, you know?
Right.
You know, like this was nothing to get, concerned about. Like this in the grand scheme of things, this isn't destroying society,
Uh,
you know.
nah. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's okay for somebody to come out and say I'm gonna grab somebody by the pussy, but that's not bad. Okay. Yeah, but the moral to it is that these people are idiots. They obviously don't get out much, and maybe they some type of perfectionist. Either way it goes, people.
It's a differences of culture too, because certain things Japanese are okay with, and there's certain things Americans are okay with that outside cultures are not all right with. So it's those kind of things. So we're just trying to, when you try to travel someplace and you're trying to not, you know, immerse yourself in the culture, expect these kinds of talking points to go down, and you trying to live outside of your own nation, and then all of a sudden you're getting isolated and criticized for things that you thought were okay, but over there it's not okay. See, so that's part of the problem there. That's part of the problem with that kid's parents. Like, oh, they thought she was learning, these pornographic imagery. It's like, oh, now all of a sudden he's gonna think that's okay to do when he gets into a relationship or she gets into a relationship. you know,
Right.
those kind of things. It's like, come on now, like. There's a thing called common sense. There's a thing called individuality. It's not something she has to do. She's just trying to expand her knowledge about anime. That's all it was. But
Giving people
her
the
morals, she felt uncomfortable.
well, I mean, like some people may just be watching stuff, but but it's just me though. Like she can give us the diagnostic on what the difference in anime and everything like that. It's plenty of genres. You may not know. You may want to be trying to start off watching anime and see what you like. Hey, if you're a person who likes the old harem and the big boobs and all that stuff, hey, guess what? They got a section for you. If you like fighting, they got a section for you. If you like slice of life, they got a section for you. She just trying to give us that information. Kent University, man, go shoot yourself.
No, it's not Kent University. It's the government. It's these lawmakers trying to cut the funding of Kent State.
Oh,
That's who we need to be going after. We're criticizing here.
oh,
Kent
what?
State is offering the course
Oh,
to,
well,
the
oh,
students.
well, oh, well. The government, they could always go suck one, so it doesn't matter.
It's not Kent State themselves. Like, it's basically the student, the parents, and then their lawyers. They're trying to like cut the funding of Kent State. That's who. That's where the criticism needs to be drawn at.
Well,
Yeah.
the government can always go suck one. Care for Ash, none gets out much now. Hey, it is what it is. So good information though. Like, man, I swear it just seems like you take one left turn, another turn, it happens. 2020 will do that to you. But glad we get to 2021. It should be a lot better. Next on the list. It's a good article. So PS5 players have been reporting that the adaptive triggers on a DualSense controller are breaking. And this article is on the screenrant.com, and the description at the top says hundreds of PS5 users are reporting this problem, and it's breaking or malfunction due to a dislodged spring. So I looked into another article with this, and when it got into a percentage, it's a very low percentage. But I mean, even though it's a low percentage, you still have to take consideration of the amount of people it's still affecting, and that's still kind of like a big sum of numbers. So, yeah. So I guess with the adaptive controls, if you're not familiar with how the PS5 control operates, they have these adaptive controls that's supposed to be relative to whatever game you're playing. Like for instance, like if you're playing Spider-Man Miles Morales or just that title in particular, that adaptive, trigger feature is supposed to be on par with, like, for instance, in a subway, open up two doors. That adaptive trigger is supposed to like adjust the trigger feeling. So you may be trying to push down it, and it may be a little bit tensions because of that, subway door pushing in. So that is something that the control does. So it could be having issues with it. If you playing with the controller, constantly, I can imagine it messing up. Hell, I had to replace 4 PS4 controllers.
Oh wow! Dang.
Yeah. I mean,
I see here it's reporting a snap sound when it loses the adaptive feature. So I guess whenever the controller shakes, like the buttons won't work anymore. Damn.
Yeah, like I said, it's something of it, and I mean, you got to think about it. Like, these controllers is not meant, like, anything like a company brings out. That's even when it comes to cell phones. It's not meant to last the whole ride. It never is. Like, even though they say something about Gorilla Glass, if you drop that phone, there's a chance that it will crack. It does not protect your phone 100%. These controllers is not always going to 100% last you. Heck, your grips around the default grip around the controller always worn out. There's going to be something with the controllers. I mean, honestly, I'm shocked that we didn't get nothing like within a month's time. Like, there's been almost like 2 months. So technically, I think it's only natural that something will happen.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm gonna take my time. Give it couple more months. See if there's any more hardware issues or complaints about PS5 before we can start give you guys the green light. Yeah, go ahead and get this console now, guys. You won't be disappointed. You'll have the experience of a lifetime type of deal. So, yeah, I think I'll hold my money until then. These controllers are getting faulty already.
I mean, so far, I have about like 15 people that I know that has the PS5, and every time they see us in a party, every time I see them in a party or be around them, I always ask them questions. And I mean, so far, their experience, out of these like 10 to 15 people I'm talking to, they have not experienced anything. I take that back. Only one person has, and I guess something got corrupted on the PS5, and they had to pretty much reset everything. Oh. But it was never to where it was like, man, my PS5 is like super loud, or my controller is messing up, or this and that, or the fan is. I haven't heard nothing like that from these personal people that I talk to. So I don't know. I mean, my wife, she planned on getting me one, so I keep you informed.
Wow, that's interesting. I'm kind of curious how many players were reporting those issues. I should have gave us like a exact number or percentage, at least, kind of give us an idea as to how bad that is. So that way, it will further determine whether or not you should get a PlayStation 5 like right away, or you just wait until they resolve that issue. Sony.
I'm gonna try to see real quick and see if they have like a number. See. I mean, I did see where they had like a percentage, but I'm trying to see where I found that at. They keep on saying handful. And I mean, these sites is just not like any just random sites. These is like some of the most like trusted sites, but they're not giving me exactly what I'm looking for. But they saying a handful of people.
Yeah, that's probably like 1 out of 5. So I would say that's like 20%.
20%
of all PS5 users, roughly.
So let's just give it off like 20% of 1 million is like 200K.
200,000, yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, it's numbers that does make up, partial to sales. But again, I'm just saying, if you're constantly playing that thing, something is bound to happen. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Something.
So like I mean it does makes the buyer wanna like JJ wanna wait for it because it's just something you just want to be sure of, especially with it being like this close. You definitely wanna, be more precise on what you buy. So it's interesting.
Indeed.
All right. All right. So does that knock out the article so far?
I think that's all the articles we had because we didn't have that much news this time around.
Unfortunately, we didn't. But guess what? It's New Year's edition. So, JJ. So, with 2020 passing, what was like? I want to say this with like good intentions, and then we could talk about some of the sad stuff later. But what was kind of like things that stood out to you this year that was like really good?
Okay. I guess yeah, like I said, gaming wise, got excited for Neo 2, played the crap out of it. Kind of slowed down a little bit now, with some of these other games coming out. But I was definitely happy that Neo 2 came out back in March, especially by the time everything got locked down. Remember, like early year, everybody had to stay home, and even my job, they told me to stay home at the job. I did nothing but play Neo. even on some days where I was supposed to be at work, like working at home, and I go, well, work's almost over, so I think I'll jump on my PS4 and play Neo.
Right.
Yep.
I think I had so far. I think I had a few moments with gaming. Like for one, like you said, Neo 2, that was good, and I was like, I went kind of crazy into Neo 2 because I wasn't expecting for myself to kind of like get the game that good, but at the same time, I guess it probably came to me a lot faster than Neo 1 since I played Neo 1. So Neo 2 was actually pretty cool. I think Final Fantasy 7 Remake, it kind of hit me because like even though it's a remake, there were some things that they did different in there that really stood out and really made Final Fantasy 7 more likable of a story for me because I don't a lot of people consider that to be their favorite Final Fantasy 7. Me Final Fantasy game, I'm sorry. But it's not my favorite Final Fantasy game. My favorite Final Fantasy would probably be 10 and then probably follow up with 8, then 15, and then 7. So, and then 6, because 6 was real good too. But nah. But I think Ghost of Tsushima actually hit it off like towards the end of the year as far as gaming wise, really good for me.
All right, Kioma. Hey, you take care, man. We'll try. Yeah, he had to go.
No problem. It's always a pleasure to have you, man. Take care. But yeah, and then I think Azra said so
Yeah,
graduating.
out of school, high school.
Oh man, bigs up, man. Happy to hear that you graduated. But
Mhm.
but yeah, but like I said, Ghost of Tsushima was probably the last of the games that really like kind of tipped me because even though I was happy to play Last of Us Part Two, it didn't live up to the expectations that I was looking for.
Mm. Yeah, I was very glad the Ghost came out. And it definitely exceeded my expectations. It was a well-made game, a very thoroughly planned game, I should say, especially with the story and how it kind of closely related to the history of that time, especially what happened on that island. Even though Jin Sakai wasn't real, it kind of made me feel like, dang, man, what if that guy really did exist? And he defeated all the Mongols on his own, even with some help. He still managed to do the majority of the work. It's just incredible to hear. I'm just glad to be part of that experience. And like I said earlier in these past podcasts and even like videos, like this game Ghost of Tsushima was like the Assassin's Creed of Japan. This is what Ubisoft should have did when people were asking for a game based in Asia, especially Japan. So
Well,
definitely happy the way that game came out.
well, I'm kind of glad that Sucker Punch was able to, come out with a game besides Infamous that could really stand out.
Yeah.
Because they really didn't have like a great like library of games they was known for. So I think Ghost of Tsushima really puts them in a right position to stand out amongst the best. I mean, unfortunately, they couldn't get that Game of the Year, award, but in my eyes, they were the underdog and the rightful king to be in not anime, but Game of the Year for 2020. Unfortunately, it got stolen by Last of Us Part 2, aka Abby Edition.
Oh yeah, no question there, man. It's unfortunate to hear that. But yeah, we all know Sucker Punch has definitely elevated itself and as one of the top game companies out there. So very happy for their success and what they do in the future. Let's see what other highlights of the year. I upgraded my black belt martial arts. So now I'm like a 4.2 in my martial arts. So we did that about early in December. That was one of the highlights for the year for me, positive wise. So pat myself on the back there.
Well, personally, well, actually, I don't know if I ever like really like expressed this out for everybody, but yeah, I've been type 2 since 2015. So officially now I think it's going on about like 6 years. But I recently went to the doctor appointment, and crazy thing about this is that as of lately, like for like the last 2 years, I've been kind of like not taking my medication and stuff seriously. So wife been on my head. So I went to the doctor. Miss Williams was like, yeah, your wife was in here for our doctor's appointment. She said she's going to tear your head off if you don't get it under control. And I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead so I can get it under control. So goes in here to check my AC1 level, and my levels are really normal. So they're going to keep me off my medication for another month, and if everything checks out, your boy has achieved and beaten type 2. So hopefully that will be the case. Praying on it. 2021 seems like it's moving in the right direction. Let's keep on doing it.
Oh, wow. I did not know that, man. Congrats on cutting down on that. That's certainly not easy. My old man is a semi-diabetic, so we have to. He got his doctor checkup last week, and they said nothing was wrong with him. So I was like, oh, okay. Right. He's prancing around like nothing's wrong with him, and running his mouth. At least not to me, but to his brothers. But yeah.
Right.
Yeah, glad to hear that about him. As far as traveling, I just went to the beach, like in my county. Didn't really go much anywhere, but I did hit the beach, and much has changed down there, man. So many things have built up, all the stores and mom and pop shops. There's even they even rebranded the State Park Hotel over there. So I was looking at like, damn, man, even that place looks nice now. I remember it just being like a normal looking park hotel, and now it's like, boom. I went over there and just hit up the sand. I didn't really go in the water because I had a towel, but I already put it in the sand. I was like, crap, I don't want to feel like going in the water, so I just walked around and stuff and just laid down. But yeah, that's one of the few positive things that happened this year. Doing that.
Oh yeah. Wow, man. Yeah, diabetes. Yeah. Like, I think going from like 2013 up until then, like I was like really into like drinking a lot. Like I was drinking every day that I was getting up for work. When I moved to Ohio, I was buying a bottle. I was literally like hitting it, and not even really caring about dieting or anything like that. Like I always been like kind of like husky, but I didn't like let it go over. Like it was one point I was almost 340. Like, whew, man, like my wife was a good one because, I got that big. I don't think she really, I don't know. She said she always loved me, but I don't think she was really too like, fond of me getting that big, but it is what it is. But, I didn't cut down, I I'm trying to hit that 260 range and trying to be around like 230 or 220 where I'm comfortable at, and I'm Gucci. So,
Oh,
man,
man. I've never weighed over 300. The heaviest I've weighed was about 202. And I think I was like maybe 25 or 26. And that was like right after I came back from Georgia. When I moved back home. But now I think I might be like around 180. And
no,
I'm like 6 feet tall. So I've always been like a lean dude.
nah. See, I'm 6 feet. I'm always been a little bit on the heavy side. So, like the only I think it's only like maybe 3 or 4 of my brothers and sisters who's actually like who's not like big like that because it's like 10 of us. And man, like these they eat the most. Like my brother can sit there and like throw back like food like crazy and don't gain nothing. Like I'll be sitting there like, man, what the frick you be doing? Like, I don't know. Like I should look, I could sit here and eat something and I would feel terrible afterwards. So nah, man, I'm gonna throw this back and I'm gonna play some Call of Duty. And I'm like, what? I'll be mad. Man, but man, oh my she had it for 11 years and it's slow killer. I took care of her. Oh man, I'm definitely sorry to hear that. But yeah, I definitely not trying to take it lightly as I've been doing. That's what makes this like last part so serious. So I definitely appreciate the advice on that. Trust me. And yeah, Asheville actually did play football for a minute. I played majority of my middle school, and I had some hiccups in high school that involved me getting put out of like a couple of high schools. Yeah, got into things that I shouldn't did. So let's just say like I almost didn't graduate on time, but I had to kick it in the gear at the last minute. you know what they you know what they say, better late than never, and that's exactly what happened.
As said, he talked to a friend of his who went to the Netherlands. Why didn't you go with him? He went this year? Yeah, he went there during COVID restriction time? Dang. He must have family over there or something. He had an opportunity to do an internship in London, but I was like, well, it was probably not the kind of art style that he wanted to do anyway. But yeah, man, if it was me, I probably would have jumped on that, even if it wasn't like the kind of art that I was into.
Right.
Oh yeah, see, there you go. He had buns. That's what it was. He had buns. That's why he went.
Look, a set of buns will change your life, man. That's what happens. Like he don't care about COVID. Like he said, I'm about to go over there and get them buns. That junk has been soaking, and I'm about to be stroking. Like that's just how he mind was. And I was a few pounds overweight because of football, also a type 1. I started doing water fasting on last year. The weight has been slowly dropping tremendously. That's good. That's good, Simmer Jones. Like I try to do the fasting. I actually drink green tea every so often, but yeah, I try to do the fasting, but my doctor took me off of it because I was getting like these mild headaches, and that's because like I wasn't my body wasn't used to me fasting, especially with me like becoming like a type 2. So it was kind of hard for my body to adjust to something like that. So yeah, I couldn't do it for very long. So, but what I did do though is like, cause I still eat all kinds of food. Like a lot of people say, hey, look, I cut pork out. I'm like, whatever, pork or whatever. If it's eatable, I'm eating it. So, but I just kind of like started thinking about like how to like assort my plate out right. Like there always got to be something healthy on there. They can't be too much starch. Try to wash the butter a lot. Don't put too much salt in there. Try to use like actual natural ingredients instead of getting the whole season bottle and stuff like that. The pink salt actually works well, or kosher, whichever one you prefer to use. Just started to eat more like vegetables and stuff like that. So, I mean, I really can eat just about everything. Besides okra, bananas, because God knows I hate bananas and dragon fruit. I cannot stand on three. You put them in front of me, and they told me those are death. See you in heaven. Just that simple.
Wow. Man, so, yep. I think those are all like some of the positives that I did. Just sucks that we couldn't go nowhere worthwhile this year.
Yeah, I mean,
but next year that'll change, man. I'm gonna start looking at some different things. We'll see which some of these countries start opening up, man. I'm gonna really try to like put something down. You know,
well, hopefully
it's just a matter of getting out of debt too, college. I'm like halfway there now, so I paid a crap ton of money like this past year. Thankfully I had an essential job. That would have been a big letdown if I didn't have any work right now. So very grateful.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. I'm actually hoping that they get something open. Like they start getting stuff open because we supposed to be doing a cruise this year, and hopefully they do because I really want to take this cruise. Me and my like as long as me and my wife been together, we really haven't had like a proper like honeymoon or like anniversary like trip. So this would be like the first to be able to jumpstart things for us like going out. I mean, we've been to different places, but I don't think nothing as far as like cruise wise or like having a night at Paris or anything like that. So I want to be able to start doing that.
Yeah, be careful on the cruises, because that's like one of the biggest threats to the COVID right there. That's how you heard, early in the year we heard about all these cruise ships having COVID outbreaks and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna think twice about that.
Right. Really, buns or fake buns doesn't matter as long as they are big. Wow, man. There you go, wow, man.
Woo! Oh man, like, hey, I'll take it any kind of way. Hot, cold, soft, hard.
Look, buns for fun. That's what I say. Sigma Joe said, "My lady got me on a Japanese diet, eating mainly Japanese food. Can't complain." Yeah, like the whole Asian, like like they're like the way what they eat and how they eat it's one of the reasons why they're some of like the most fit people around and how they live like very long lives. Like a lot of people may want to criticize them about certain things they eat, but man, look at it. Look at them. Like they really do good for themselves. Like look at Jackie Chan. Like Jackie Chan really did not look like he aged that much.
Oh no. Jackie Chan's gonna keep himself in decent shape.
Yeah.
He's always been a well-built guy, so I'm not surprised.
Look, if it was any other trip, wow, man, you invited, but man, that cruise, I'm sorry, man. Like, I may just make another baby, and I need all the quality time I need. And if I go to Vegas, oh man, we could go to Vegas because you know what they say: what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Turn up time.
Also, you got to keep this into the two. Happy spouse means happy house. So you want to go down there with some attentions. Just saying, man. But I can honestly say though, with this whole 2020 business, COVID was kind of like the worst thing that could have happened, especially to the United States in the way that it was handled. So like this year was really like not the greatest year for anybody. I'm pretty sure if you don't have a loved one, or at least you know someone who passed away from COVID, and it's not easy. Trust me, it's not easy.
It's certainly not easy at all. A couple of people in the city, not where I live, but another town that died from coronavirus. Some of them were old, some of them were not so old. My own mother caught the coronavirus back in the summer, and she was tripping, man. My sister was telling me like she had like she was seeing things, and she had diarrhea real bad, and Italy had to drag her to the emergency room. I'm like, what? It's like she had trouble breathing. I'm like, dang, that's what I didn't know coronavirus could give you diarrhea, but apparently it can.
It's a lot that it can do, and it's hard. And
It
it's
makes
real.
people weak, muscle fatigue. I'm like, you know,
Like that virus really, like, it really starts breaking you down if you don't really like try to like keep yourself hydrated. That's where it starts. So it's like the diarrhea part, it makes sense. That's why it's like when you got it, they tell you to start drinking a lot of fluids because man, like you be finding yourself taking a number two like 5 times a day. And every time you take a poop, that gets you dehydrated. That's some real stuff.
oh no. Mm-mm.
Like
Yeah, I've had diarrhea before, man. That's not cool. I think I had that about a year ago, man. And like you said, multiple bathroom trips is the worst.
man, I remember man, not funny. I had diarrhea last month just because like man, I went out with my brothers and we went to White Castles.
Oh, White Castle.
So like the next day I'm at work, bro. Like I'm sitting there and my dog, I swear, I was so close to letting out this white wow fart next to my manager. I was like, I need to go to the bathroom and I'm gonna be gone for a minute. He was like, oh, go, go, go. So, I'm sitting there walking and I gotta like slow it up a bit because I could feel the stomach rumbling and feel like a fart about to come out. And I'm like, oh man, I feel like I fart, something else gonna come out of there. So I'm sitting there and they got this guy in the stall, and I think he was on his phone the whole time. So I'm sitting there like, shit, shit. And I'm not going around like, man, if he don't come out in the next 5 minutes, I'm about to, climb up on like, the little like peeing stall and just like let it loose there. But he ended up coming out, and man, I was in that boy for like a good like 20 to 30, like blowing out my soul, like. Oh man, but afterwards I was so like sweating and everything. I put down like a whole water, like a big ass thing of water because for how long I was in there. And that's what it would do to you, like for real. And
Fun. Diarrhea is not fun.
yeah, but with the whole COVID business, I actually have a brother, and he had COVID, and he got off for 2 weeks, but for some reason he was still showing symptoms beyond 2 weeks. So he went back. He's to this day he still haven't got his taste, or his sense of smell back at all.
That must have been a pretty strong coronavirus strain right there. Damn.
Right. When he said that, man, I was sitting there. I almost like kind of like broke out in tears. I'm like, bro, you didn't call and say nothing. He was like, man, you know how it is when you get something like that, man. You don't want to let people know. I'm like, bro, man, but if something happened and you didn't tell me, I'll be trying. I'll be wanting to fight somebody. Like, I put me in another whole mindset. Like, shit.
Wow. Imagine eating food and it tastes exactly the same all the time.
That's a scary feeling, man. Like, if somebody did like you and they was to like put something in your food, bro, you can't even smell it. Like,
Uh, and then when you eat it, it tastes exactly the same. This tastes like ice cream. Oh, wait a minute. These are mashed potatoes.
just picture like the last thing you taste was tuna, and that's all you taste when you ate everything was tuna. Duh, I will fucking go crazy.
Oh, no.
Huh.
Ain't no way, man. My sense of smell is already pretty bad because I have allergies real bad. But not smell anything at all. Damn.
Yeah, sinus ain't nothing to play with either. Nah, I get it all towards like the end of spring and the end of summer. That's when my sinuses start messing with me.
Ugh.
So trust me, I understand. I understand. But um, but yeah, but we like in 2020 we actually like lost quite a few people, man. I'm still shocked. Like all these people that like is gone. And like 2020 literally like grabbed us and literally like just play with us and shit. Like we lost. And not saying that a lot of these people died by the COVID, but it's just like it was the start of it. It was the start to really rather like, really get shit jump started.
Wow.
Like
Hey, man, like it makes me wonder. We're going into this new year with the inevitable potential lockdown we might have. Not saying that it's gonna help or anything, but man, something's got to give. I don't know about these vaccines either. They're talking about these new strains are coming out from across the world, and now they're spreading like crazy. Even though I'm hearing none of them are deadlier, they're still more contagious. So yeah, that's not we're out of the woods just yet here.
Let's not really like try to break our necks taking the vaccine. Let's
Yeah, that's true as well. I
like
know truly like working, you know.
right, like, and then for all the people that was lost to Kobe, Black Panther, um,
Oh,
Shaq,
the celebrity deaths. Yeah, we had a lot of celebrity deaths.
like recently Brody Lee. I think I posted in there. I don't know if you guys really ever heard this dude, but
Oh yeah, Hannah Kimura, the Japanese wrestler.
yeah, this dude MF Doom. He died. It was quite a few people. We lost a lot, and hopefully in 2021,
Sports figures lost a lot of athletes.
ton, a ton.
A bunch of athletes. I mean, couldn't name a few.
But
Yeah, I mean, I don't have sinus infections, but I do have allergies. Earlier in February, I had contracted bronchitis, like everybody in the house did. Me, my grandparents. That thing messed us up, man. We were sick for a good 3 weeks. I've never coughed so much in my life. Yeah, I don't want that again. I'm wondering if that was that coronavirus, because if it was, it really messed up my lungs.
I think I had my wife. They had like her job and did something crazy, and that had our whole household on lockdown because like when she was like taking care of a patient, they didn't let her know that the patient had COVID until like 3 days later. So we all had to go into a lockdown until you know until like a few days until she get her results and stuff back. It was scary as hell because like man, like she was in contact with me, my son. My daughter was on my mama house, so we just had to like I had to wire her some money so she can get my daughter some more clothes and stuff because I didn't want to give her nothing out of here and it's a chance that it travels. So it was crazy, but kind of found out she didn't. So our household kind of like, you know, dodged the bullet there.
Oh wow.
Because I wouldn't want to put like Junior through it. Like if Junior would have got that, I would have been like, oh man.
Oh no, not the little one.
So, but yeah. So with this,
That's real. You certainly don't. Yeah, asthma is bad from what I hear too. I know people that have asthma. Not a cool thing either.
right? And see, that's crazy. Like you trying to think it's some. I think somebody passed away with asthma. I forgot who it was. But shit, like yeah. But man, so with this New Year's edition of the podcast 15, just want to say we finally hit 2021. We can start looking for a more positive year. I mean, they rolling out this stimulus. Um, they should be giving us a lot more money than $600 because of how long it took them, how long we waited for two knuckleheads that was going back and forth, but we got something. So, hopefully this could be a good sign that things are about to move in a much positive standpoint. So, yeah, everybody get ready. 2021. We got a crazy anime lineup. So, there we go. If you haven't beaten any games in your library, start knocking out them games. Enjoy yourself.
Yep. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, just keep your heads up. Don't bury your head in the sand, I should say. When it came to this past year and everything, let's all move forward. That's the only thing we can do. And from here on out, just focus on what you can do and what you cannot do. Of course, stay positive. Don't be a fake positive like a certain somebody we know. And don't be around here saying coronavirus isn't real. Like another Kirby we know that made a video just past today talking about coronavirus isn't real. Yeah, don't be one of those knuckleheads, please. And
Yeah.
So like I said, just stay positive. Don't get depressed and everything. You know, things are not what they seem to be like they used to be, and maybe they won't ever be again. But we just have to adapt accordingly. So that's the best I can say. Like, just like I said, stay positive, adapt. You know, always gain knowledge, and when you have fun, you know, do it safe. You know, and don't mess with anybody unless you want to. But yeah, that's it, man. I don't have much to add there. What else you got, Ash?
Well, this is about it. I had to say what I had to say. So let's do it the right way and go down the list. So again, Azro, thank you for being the first. You're always the first one here. You probably missed maybe 1 week, but you know what? You were still there. So I'm gonna say you're the first guy and last guy to go every time. Thank you, Sigma Jones. Again, you always stopping by, showing love, and I definitely appreciate it. G-Man, thank you for being here too, man. Always have me going. Wow, man. Hey, you a wild man, but thank you for stopping by. VGL, thank you for stopping by too. J-Chip, definitely appreciate your presence here as well. Kiyomi, thank you so much. I know he left early, but I'm going to still say thank you because you may go back and watch it, and I just want to give you a shout out. Was that just about everybody?
VGL came back.
Oh, yeah, and VGL, thank you so much for stopping by too. It's always a pleasure. But yeah, so next week episode.
He said, "Beware of gatekeep." Yeah, we found out Loki can change genders.
Oh yeah. Crazy thing I was saying through your stream before we dip out is that Loki actually, it was a bet that was made between him and one of the other guys. So he actually had to go have sex with some type of wolf and serpent, and that's why he has 2 sons. One is a serpent, one is a wolf. So yeah, that's crazy. That's one. They really mess with Loki a lot. I can understand why Loki be fucking with them a lot now because Loki.
Yeah, because of the crap he had to go through.
Yeah, they really made Loki go through some crap. So not everything is right that they did with Loki. Loki had to deal with a lot of bullshit, especially in the House of Odin. So it's not always his fault.
He's like the black sheep, basically. Damn.
Right. But yeah, but pretty much everybody. Again, thank you guys again for definitely tuning in to this week podcast with me and JJ Wilson. Episode 16 will be on JJ's channel. His link to his channel is in the description. If you haven't already, smash that like button for my boy and get over there to the podcast when it premieres over there. I'm pretty sure there's probably gonna be some interesting things to start off the year with, and we're definitely gonna hone on it and talk about it. So we're here to to do what we do best.
Exactly, indeed, man. Can't wait to everybody come back through next week. Hopefully we'll have some more topics, more juicy topics to go through and everything. And you all take care this weekend. See you guys later.
All right, see ya.